It's got 6 varieties of American whole flower hops. And I'm not going to name those flowers because I don't think anyone cares. But
it depends on who's listening.
I think we have more readers than beer drinkers.
I know one avid beer drinker that listens to
Really?
this podcast.
So,
and it's a dude.
I didn't write it down. Now I feel like obligated, but no, I don't. It's pretty cool though. It's all American whole flower hops.
All right.
What else? Let's see. It's very bold. It's got juicy flavors. Oh gosh, I could totally agree with that. The juicy flavors. I'm gonna take another drink. This is a really good beer. It's very crisp. It's not too it's not like I'm eating a flower, which is how I feel with IPAs. But it ends really easy. It ends easy. You know, like when you're done drinking, you just finish it off, and you're just like, gosh, I want another drink. So Victory is the brewer. They're out of Pennsylvania, and so these guys were childhood friends. I didn't write down their names.
That's okay.
But basically they met in 5th grade on a school bus, and they've been best friends ever since. And then in 85, they learned the art of brewing beer, and then there was a friendly rivalry between them to brew the best beer.
Oh.
So if they officially opened Victory in 96. So that's now that the 90s were 30 years ago, that's a long time they've been open, I think.
That was 96 was 22 years ago.
No, 36. 30. Fuck, I don't know.
No, because my brother he's 97 and he just turned 21.
Guys, I'm so bad at math. Anyway.
But 1990 is almost 30 years ago. It's technically 28 years ago.
Oh, you're right, because I was born in 87 and
right.
I'm 31.
Right. So really, it's not 30 years ago. We talked about that a couple episodes ago, but that's not true. It's 28 years ago.
Oh, fuck you guys. You're so specific.
Ooh.
Quit writing us letters about that. Side note, no one has. Anyway, so yeah, this brewery opened in an old Pepperidge Farm factory.
Really?
Remember Pepperidge Farm?
Yes.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
I love that. Oh, my new beer is bubbling.
No. But yeah, like I said earlier, this brewery is growing super fast. Right now, that original brewery that they opened can hold 300 people in their brewery, and they've opened a few shops since then. So,
wow,
this beer,
we had them at my old bar.
They're growing. They have this beer year round, this homegrown beer year round. They have a bunch of other beers at the liquor store I go to. Now I'm gonna try it. Gosh, this beer is so good.
Yeah, it's absolutely delicious. It almost tastes just like mine.
Tell me about your beer.
So my beer. I'm going to repeat it. Free to Roam APA by Renegade Brewing Company. And I'm not going to go nearly as in detail as Beth because I didn't realize that was the depth that we were going into this week.
I was into it, okay?
But I will say that if you are going to make an APA, an American Pale Ale, as opposed to an IPA or a Pale Ale, or an American lager, apparently that's a thing.
They are so similar.
Exactly the same.
I have to take a picture before we lose it.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, you take a picture while I talk. Okay. An APA is an American Pale Lager, and basically the only difference between an APA and an IPA is the hops that you're using. So an APA uses American-only hops.
Oh,
so it's almost
like that then.
Huh?
My beer is kind of like, I think it is an APA.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that's why I Googled it. Oh. So brewers, I need your input here. Please email us or comment on our next photo on Instagram because honestly, I don't want to say something that's not right here. And we can clarify it in our next episode.
Totally.
Because these are both two newer types of beers that are hitting the market for sure. I definitely have heard and tried and talked about APAs, but as far as an American lager...
Yeah, I've heard of APAs. I haven't tried one.
Or a new American lager.
Yeah.
That's why I'm confused.
Is there a difference also between a regular lager and an American lager? Because maybe their adjustment...
I think for... and don't quote me here... But I think for a regular lager and an American lager, I believe the difference is American lagers that are using American hops.
American lagers are using American hops.
Yeah, and hops are in all beers. But
well, that's
lager,
actually it. I did say that. They're using all American hops.
Yeah, it's just the difference in yeast and the fermentation process compared to a lager and an ale. So mine is an ale, yours is a lager. That's really the only difference.
They taste so similar.
On this beer. I'm so excited.
I'm just adding to that. Like, we want to be educated. We don't want to give the wrong information.
I don't want to be just blabbering.
I don't want to just chug my beer and then say, fuck this beer. It got me drunk. That's all I needed. No,
yeah, let's talk about the book now.
Yeah, no, I actually want to learn about the beer that I'm drinking.
I completely agree.
That's why we have this whole fucking podcast.
Right. So, tell us, school us, please.
We're going to tag you guys specifically, and you'll be like, God, now I have to listen to these girls talk, and you'll like us. Yeah. I promise.
I hope you like us. But I will say that your beers hella taste the same.
I wonder, what's the difference between the classification and...
Well, so
did you guys... Okay, Victory, did you guys make up this new American lager thing?
That's my other thing, is because when I Googled New American Lager just a minute ago...
Theory.
It was the only thing that came up was the Victory and one other. I don't know.
I have a new theory.
Okay.
What if they called it the New American Lager because people like me are afraid of IPAs and anything with the letters P and A in them. So they're like, oh, we can't call this APA because people don't want to try it. But if it's a lager, everyone loves a lager. Let's just call it American Lager, and these fuckers will drink it.
N-A-L, New American Lager.
You can't name a beer anal.
No, N-A-L. It's N-A-L, not anal.
You can't say anal. It's A-N-A-L.
A New American Lager.
We just made our first beer. It's called the anal.
Oh, man. Sorry, Victory.
No. You guys can keep your American lager. Me and Aj have our anal beer.
Gosh, this is what we do when we chug your beers. I'm so sorry.
Look what you did to us. My beer is only a 4.8, so they really, I don't even have this beer to blame. That's just my perversion.
Mine, I think, is only a 5-something. I don't think it's on the can, but it's like a 5.5.
It's not on the can.
Huh?
It's not on the can.
I don't think so. But I do want to talk real quick about Renegade. They are awesome. They kind of give back for every single gallon of beer that they sell.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to read this little corner on their can. 1 gallon equals 1 day. Each gallon of Renegade beer purchased provides 1 day of safe drinking water to a person in need.
Holy shit.
Yep. See your impact at their website. renegadebrewing.com/tap4tap.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So, well done. So, what I'm assuming is that the difference between my beer and your beer is that it's a lager. Yours is a lager and mine is an ale.
No shit, Aj.
No, but I'm saying... What I'm saying is the actual brewing process is very similar, and the ingredients and the portions are the same. But the fermentation process is different.
Look at Audrey knowing her shit.
I am really good at pretending like I know.
I'm really good
something.
at lying.
I'm really good at faking it.
Oh.
Which is why I should be in sales. In a job position. Anywho. Moving on.
So this is actually one of the weeks that I don't think I've seen you all week.
Yeah, we haven't seen each other at all.
Are we mad at each other?
No.
Oh, well, I got news for you, bitch.
What did I do this time?
I'm pissed. No, Audrey, what happened during your week? Away from me. Were you okay? Did you, survive?
Yeah, so, you know how last week we were talking about how we're training for our 5K or whatever?
Yeah, couch to 5K.
Yeah. And so...
It sucks, right?
Yeah, so we have a text thread of like everyone's progress, and
it's an accountability thread.
oh, for sure, it's 100% an accountability. They're like, we've done. I'm 2 weeks, day 1.
Yeah, week 2, day 1.
Whatever.
Kicked ass today, y'all.
And I'm only at week 2, day 1.
That's fine. I'm on week 2, day 2.
Oh, great.
We're 1 day behind.
Oh man. All I'm saying is that
some of those people are going ahead.
I don't like it.
It sucks.
I don't like it.
Did you know that running is so awful?
Did you know that running is the worst?
Did you know it fucking hurts your body and like your body's like, stop? Yeah.
Did you know that it's actually something that you probably shouldn't do?
Did you know that when you hit your foot to the ground, you are putting 3 times the amount of force on your foot? So if you weigh 100 pounds, you're putting 300 pounds of force. I mean, no one weighs 100. So you guys do the fucking math, because I already said I'm bad at math.
And I will say that Beth and I are the queens of shin splints.
I've been icing it. Like
this poor girl over here. I feel so bad for her.
It's awful.
And that's why I'm so early in my training game, is because I don't want to like go crazy on my shins, because in high school I had the worst shin splints. And then like last year I wanted to train for a 5K.
Oh yeah?
And I tried, but I got the
crippled.
worst shin splints. So I don't know. I just hate this whole thing.
It sucks.
It's the worst.
Don't quit though. Please don't quit.
No. I'm definitely going to do the 5K. That's
together.
not. I'm not worried about that. But this whole couch to 5K thing, I'm like, yeah.
I mean, it's working because last week, the week 1 was what, 60 seconds of running and a minute of walking. Mm-hmm. No. It's the same amount of time.
No, 90.
90 seconds
60,
of walking.
90.
60, 90. And then today it's 90 and 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. I can do it. It's hard, yeah. But it has definitely been killing my shins. So I've been like researching relentlessly on Pinterest.
Yeah.
Because I'm a 30-year-old girl who Pinterests, which is totally their demographic. But then I found like all these stretches you're supposed to be doing, and like the foam rollers you're supposed to be using, and I've been doing those kind of things, and I swear to God, it's making it worse. I could barely fucking move today. I had to take the day off. I was supposed to run this morning, and I had to take the day off because now it's not just my shins, it's my fucking calves. They're just like screaming at me.
Yeah. Neither of us we don't like running.
No. One of the people suggested an ice bath, and I was like, yo, you're crazy. I hate cold things. Well, I don't hate cold things. I just don't want to take a bath of ice cubes.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Listeners, are any of you runners?
I'm sure some of them are.
Like pro runners? Help.
I've been watching YouTube videos of how to like where to strike your foot when you do run, and it's helpful, but also I'm still in a lot of pain here.
Yeah, I hate it.
I just don't think you're supposed to be running at like this age. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but like I've heard it like a certain weight and a certain age, you're just not supposed to be running anymore. It's bad for your body. You're supposed to be walking.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to walk a 5K, so.
Well, so off of that, I am trying to be cautious of my health, and my husband is as well. Mm-hmm. So he bought us bikes the other day.
Oh yeah,
which is awesome. That was on Sunday.
The weather was amazing.
Yeah, I think it was Sunday. And so yeah, it was like 75 degrees, and we're like, we cannot just waste this day. So we definitely spent a pretty penny for sure. And got some good bikes, because neither of us had good like mountain bikes.
And you need that in Colorado.
Yeah. So we figured we'll have them for the next 15 years probably.
A good bike will last you that long.
Yeah. So God, it was so embarrassing, because when you first ride the bike, you're like, yeah, it's like riding a bike, and you know what you're doing. You're pedaling.
Sure. You
can run around the block or whatever, and life is good.
I'm amazing at biking.
Well, so we left the bike store and went directly to the park. Uh-huh. And I don't know if you guys have been to Colorado, but the parks here are not the same as a park in Kansas. It's not nearly as flat. It's very hilly.
Yes.
There isn't cement.
It's actually challenging.
Yeah, and it's all dirt for the most part. So
Like, people move to Colorado Springs just for our trails.
just for